Hey y'all, happy Monday. Welcome to another week of Daily Devos with Nancy Joe. I am, as usual, excited about what we're going to jump into this week in Psalm 1. So let's just get our Bibles ready, get our books ready, and really get into it. So last week, on Friday, we ended our time with Joshua 1:9, and that's where I want to pick up today and really dig into that a little bit more, because honestly, those first scriptures, those first words that we have from our Father in Joshua 1:9 to Joshua of the biggest undertaking of his life, really, the newest, biggest, most incredible post that he would have as leading the Israelite people into the promised land. What the Lord tells him is of utmost importance, and what you and I can gather from that is just, it's incredible. So let's go there. He says to meditate on it, and I want to talk about what it means to meditate first. So that's what we'll look at today. I know that we have our what we think meditation is, but in Hebrew, so I looked this up in two different Hebrew lexicons. The word meditate, and I love this, so here we go. To speak with oneself. And, we make fun of, I talk to myself all the time, or don't mind me, I'm just over here talking to myself. Well, to meditate, literally, it says to speak to oneself. And it said murmuring in a low voice. Some other definitions were, I loved all of these, and we're going to get into them, but to roar, growl, groan, that was part of meditate. To utter, speak, and imagine. Now, going back to meditating, to speak with oneself, murmuring in a low voice. The enemy loves our silence. He loves when he can choke the word in us, prevent it from coming out, prevent us from giving life to the word when we speak it, taking it from the logos written to the rhema spoken. And so he distracts us. You can go into the parable in Mark 4 of the different souls, which I feel like we talk about all the time. But it's those basics that we need to become masters over, really, to remind ourselves. And so when we become distracted and find cravings and passionate desires for other things, like we did read that last week, it suffocates and it chokes the word. But part of meditating is speaking with oneself, murmuring in a low voice. Do you ever go about your day and you just have a song stuck in your head and you catch yourself singing it or humming it all the time? So what would happen if we replaced those song lyrics with scripture? If we replaced those things that keep playing over and over in our minds with the word? So I'll tell you, this year in school, we are studying a lot about the solar system, galaxies, planets, dwarf planets. So we have found YouTube videos, songs that talk about the planets and their size comparisons, and then not just the planets, but the dwarf planets, and then not just our galaxy, but other galaxies. And so Joseph is singing those songs, and to just hear what he's memorized about these planets and our galaxies and solar system, you just go, oh my goodness, it's just brilliant. But he's heard it and heard it and heard it. And so he's been singing it to himself. It gets stuck in your head. Even on the way home from church on Sunday afternoon, Dustin, my husband, he was singing the planet song. Well, because we've heard it and heard it and heard it, so it's stuck in our head. If you have a favorite song, if you have a song that gets stuck in your head all the time and you keep hearing the tune, make a conscious effort this week to try to replace it with a scripture. Find something in the word that speaks to your current situation, where you are right now, and put it on auto repeat. Repeat one, and let that word sing that word, speak that word, utter it to yourself, speak to yourself, mutter it in a low voice, have conversation with yourself about that word. So we're at 5 minutes, and we'll pick up here again tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.